Long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons & Dragons. Inspired by boredom and equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So, gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on Botched.
Chuck Gunderson live with his newly found crew on the grisly scene of a mass murder of American soldiers at Fort Collins, Colorado. What sort of twisted ideology would lead a zombie horde to wound our warriors? In the face of such evil, this reporter is forced to ask the toughest of questions. What is the future of mankind? To persevere through the chaotic, zombie-filled sea of disease, strife, and women's suffrage? Or to fade quietly into the dark, crying a whimper of the social progressivism that led us to this fungus infection in the first place? Find out tonight.
He is so brave.
Welcome back, listeners, to our 44th episode of our 6th season. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We are going to start right where we left off last time, as the group has entered into Fort Collins, Colorado, and as said in the recap, there's a whole bunch of soldiers' bodies as well as fundead everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
You guys are located right at the football stadium called Canvas Stadium. It looks like there's a lot of residential in the area. It's very residential around here. Lots of small houses, apartment complexes, things like that. According to your map, or whatever you have at the moment.
Our what?
I'm assuming you have a map.
A map?
What's
Like a
What's
road
a
map?
I don't think those exist.
You mean
Your
like
map.
what you put in front of your front
I'm
door
not
so you can
giving
wipe your feet on
you
it?
have to use
the
your
map?
imagination. It's a map.
I've got satellite GPS on
My college
expedition.
roommate was named Matt.
Excursion, excuse me.
Sure. Yeah. So, according to your satellite GPS, you have to
Those
head
are still active?
I bought a lifetime
west.
I understand that, but well, things have changed since you gave them $24.99 a month.
The
so that-
zombies are not on the satellites. They're still good.
Well, I understand that, Sam, but somebody's got to maintenance and deal with those servers. Nobody's probably in that room anymore.
I mean, it says
Do you still? Does it have XM radio as well?
Yeah, Tower Stud is transmitting live.
Oh,
As
okay.
you can hear.
Find out who's riding the Sibian today.
Don't worry, Samantha. If one thing's for sure, it's the persistent integrity of the American media. Especially me.
That's why I love you.
So it looks like the Infectious Disease Research Center is about 4 miles west. And like I said, there is a lot of fundead and soldiers littered around. There also seems to be a lot of smoking craters and burnt out buildings and things like that. So it looks like there was quite the firefight. You do not see any actively alive people or fundead anywhere in your vicinity. It's very smoky.
I would
It's
like.
all corpses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all.
They're corpses. And
'Cause
we're.
I had heard him say there's a lot of fun dead. I assumed they were alive, but now I know they're dead.
They're dead. Well, are we still driving, or have we come to a stop?
I figured your car came to a
I'm-
stop
I'm
as
gonna-
as you were running into all these bodies and debris and everything. I figured you'd take a sec to assess the situation at
still
the end
idling
of this.
I would.
Yeah.
I would like to get out of the excursion
Okay.
and walk over to some of these soldiers.
Sure.
Do they still have ammunition on them, or any kind of
Grenades.
grenades or anything of the sorts?
No, it actually looks like they've been looted already.
All right.
I just walk over to them and look at each of them and thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for
They're,
your sacrifice.
most of them are cut up. There's a lot of bite wounds.
You know what?
Some of their faces are melted off.
Voice and head?
Holes in them all over the
Melted?
place. Yeah, melted.
Well,
Like,
because of the bomb, the airstrikes that came in to take everything out.
sure. With the edges of the melting being like an orange-colored fluorescent fungus.
Can I find some like body armor here, like some soldier helmets or nighttime goggles? All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Nighttime goggles, no.
They're
But
not like flipped down off the helmet. Okay.
What about daytime goggles?
Oh,
sure,
like swimming?
daytime goggles, yeah.
For that cum pool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll lift up and I'll rip the head off of one of these soldiers.
I mean, you could just
don't be
you could just hit the strap underneath to unsnap it. You don't have to rip his whole head off.
Respect the dead, sir.
So that's a 13.
You don't rip his head off, but you just take off the. I mean, you yank a bit and then you subtly click the button.
Yeah.
so it
I
just
had to yank it up to get underneath.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on. Does it have like a
sweaty? It's sweaty.
That's fine. We're all sweaty here.
Was it recent then?
Are they wearing any kind of like flak jackets or anything?
Yeah,
of this?
there's
Okay, so
flak
I'm gonna put that on as well.
The rest of their clothing is just military fatigues. They do have like elbow pads, knee pads, stuff like that. So
Skateboarders from the 80s.
not like full on SWAT team body armor or anything like that. But yeah,
do I get any kind of AC bump for putting on?
Yeah, +2.
Oh.
If we put on the pads, will we get a +1?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna go.
It looks like they would probably prevent a bite.
Nice, yeah.
I trust you all to keep me safe. I don't want to mess up the suit.
It's literally
It's Prada.
ragged.
It's Prada. It's Prada.
It's made of prawns.
Yeah.
It's
It looks-
Pronda.
You haven't taken care of it at all.
Pronda Rousey.
It's all ragged and there's stains all over it. When's the last time you got that dry cleaned?
My seamstress died
Oh.
6 years ago.
Oh.
I sewed a blanket once. A quilt. For the
Wait, did you? Well, hold on. Did you
I'm
sew a blanket,
sure you
or did you
did.
get or a quilt, or did you get one of those like no-sew tie blanket kits from Joann's?
I got a pattern and I clipped things to it.
Well, the poor do what they must to keep warm in the winter, surely.
I bought it from your website, Charlie.
Oh, it was one of mine. I thought you made it yourself.
No, it was the gold standard of the two snake heads facing each other, hissing at each other.
No, my merchandising person died. I never handled any of that. Did you buy any of the Super Mole Vitality?
Oh no, that was for men only.
You know, well,
For
no,
seeing
it
the
was for
dark.
mole men only, actually. You look like you've lived a subterranean lifestyle. That's why I ask.
Well, I do love the basement bar around the corner from my house in Jersey, but that's so long ago. I barely remember the taste of bagels.
That's right, you have a bagel store.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said 4 blocks away from this building?
4 miles away.
All right.
I'm ready to get back in the car. I'll drive. That's way too far to walk.
Okay.
Is there any like military vehicles here?
The ones that are still there are burnt out, exploded, or there are like, how to describe this? So it looks like they perfectly cut out a shape of the vehicle, but the shape that was cut out is missing. So like, it looks almost like there was a
Square.
cylinder, or not a cylinder, a sphere,
Laser beam.
and then it just disintegrated everything within that sphere, and it's cut out perfectly of the vehicle.
That's pretty intense.
And you do see a little bit of that orange fluorescent fungus growing around the edges, but the rest of the vehicle blew up, so it's burned and whatnot.
Voice and head, before we get back into the car, I'd like to bring all of these poor people I've met into a huddle and explain to them that although their lives are expendable, unlike mine, well, they're going to do a great job. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd like to use my inspiring leader feat to grant
what is
them...
that? Sure.
It grants them 14 temporary HP until our next rest.
Okay, so you don't have to do anything. You just do it.
No, I just do it.
You just do it. All right.
I just do it. You said I could have it, so I took it.
Sure. Well, you said, can I have feats? And I said, I don't care.
And that's an official feat.
Yep. Sure. Sure
I
it
love
is.
It
Could have made it up
makes
as
me
far
feel
as I
all
know.
warm and tingly. Oh, when he talks, it's just so great.
Yep, you get a tingle in your taint,
I
and you
feel
get
right
14
about
temporary hit
everything.
points. So, congrats.
I could take on the world right now.
Sure you can.
I feel like I could take on the whole fungus swarm myself.
You should definitely go in front of me.
You were breathing heavily just from driving.
I mean, are you some sort of track athlete?
I mean, I've ran from a couple people here and there.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Am I to assume that you didn't support the American tobacco industry, one of the backbones of our agricultural society?
No, gosh, no. My lungs, my body, it's not a temple per se, but I like to, stay fit and take care of it. I'll have a cigar every now and again, but nothing too crazy or wild.
I'm saving my last 3 smokes for a special occasion, unless we can come across some more. I haven't smoked in years. I'm sure you can tell.
Oh, my.
They say 10 years for every 2-pack year.
Okay. What
The
are you
doctors
doing?
that lie.
That's what I thought you said. Thank you.
So we're getting back in that car.
Yeah,
We're
we're
going to
getting back in the
drive
car, we're
4
driving.
blocks.
Okay.
4 miles.
So it's not an easy drive, as you sort of have to maneuver around. I mean, you can just drive over the bodies, I suppose, but
Yeah.
there are still craters and whatnot, and like burnt out wreckage. So you still have to swerve a little bit.
As I crush the skulls of the dead soldiers, I say thank you for your
Yes.
service.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, the car is pretty bumpy as you just constantly drive over corpses of fundead and military, and it seems like this is kind of your road for the entirety. So it's going to be a slow go as you have to just keep maneuvering. But after about 2 miles, you can hear distant gunfire and explosions. Like, still distant, but you can hear it.
You think we should find a place to park and we can sneak up quietly?
Yeah, let's find a meter that's open,
I don't.
Sam.
Are you serious?
Use a side street because the prices are normally cheaper than the ones on the
Okay, I
main
start to
street.
turn.
Laws are there for a reason. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's.
Who's got a quarter? I
Quarter.
don't pay for
You
anything.
pay with your cell phone.
Oh.
I have my
I
Aldi
don't
quarter,
pay.
but I've been saving on to it just in case.
I'm more of a Sam's Club gal.
Do you have to put a quarter in for Sam's Club to get the carts?
No, I just show up and yell.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
I'm taking a side street then because they said to.
Okay, so you just start cutting through side streets.
Looking for a parking space.
There's lots of parking spaces after you get off the main road.
I don't know, I'm pretty.
Now,
not the
your
best parallel.
GPS is constantly telling you to change direction because now you're in a residential neighborhood that says no outlet.
Oh, okay.
Proceed to the route. Proceed
Make
to
a
the route.
U-turn.
Proceed to the route.
I hate this thing. I'm just gonna. Can I just like drive across the lawns, kind of towards where we were trying to go?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
So
sure.
you follow parking rules, but you don't follow.
I follow what's convenient.
Um,
Okay.
So they're not. So I mean, if
I don't see any
if you're fine driving through fences and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you could probably get through the backyards and
Got a
Avoid the
cattle
swimming
chute on the
pools.
front.
Keep your eyes out for a barbecue grill. Haven't had a nice smoked meat in a while.
Heyo.
So you drive through the resident. You're sort of
Nope.
cutting a corner. You're not taking a whole lot of distance off, but you get back on the main area. You're a little less than 2 miles away now, and you're starting to see flashes in the smoky air of explosions, and you can even feel the rumble through the vehicle itself. The gunfire is definitely getting louder. As you continue on the main road, like I said, you're dodging all this stuff.
Hey, real quick, boys
Yeah.
and head. Are there any like burnt out cars around us?
Yeah.
Can I rip off one of the car side mirrors or the driver mirror?
That's a good idea.
Yeah?
Okay.
I'm going slow. You can probably catch up.
Well, rip off or smack off.
I mean, I just could karate kick it off.
When you do karate.
Roll me
A karate check.
A person of reasonable strength could rip off a rear view mirror pretty easily.
Yeah. So I want a rear view mirror, and I rolled a 23.
Yeah, you rip it right off.
I took a few problem raw grasses.
Crasses.
Glasses, sorry.
Crasses.
These words are
Yeah.
hard sometimes.
So you get your vehicle's moving slow enough as you just meander through things that you could just hop out, grab a mirror,
Yeah,
and hop
I-
back
I
in.
do.
Yeah, you do.
Cool.
And I'm keeping an eye out for like close enough that we won't be seen, but
Sure.
somewhere we could like cover it or hide behind like a right next to a burnout
Sam.
gas station. I don't know.
Sam, do you
Oh,
have
hey.
you got any duct tape in here?
How do I ever?
Can I borrow some of it real quick?
All the gas tanks have a roll of duct tape on the top of the spout.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the back, grab some duct tape, and I'm going to duct tape that rear view mirror onto my machete.
Okay.
It's weird.
All right.
Why are you doing
It's not
that?
weird. It allows him to peek around corners
He can look
without
around
presenting
corners.
himself to danger.
So if you polished your machete, you could just do that with a machete.
I'm not polishing anything these days. Do you've got machete polish just sitting around your car?
No,
Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What,
For
you-
globalism shut down all the machete polish industry 20 years ago.
So you guys get to what appears to be a major intersection where it looks like it cuts back into Fort Collins, or like goes back towards the university. Left goes into a more residential area, but in front of you and to the left, you see that it opens up into the research area. And there is actually a sign right there at the intersection that says Colorado Equine Research, and it points ahead. The Puppy School of Fort Collins.
Oh, what a guy.
Ahead. I don't know what that means, but it's ahead. The Equine Reproduction Laboratory.
Oh,
And then, like, it looks like a fresher type underneath horse paste production facility
oh my God, we have to go.
up ahead.
I hear it keeps away disaster.
nice big horsecock.
Animal Reproduction and Biotechnology up and then left, and then the Infectious Disease Research Center up and left. Since there is no road, like you can see that there are facilities, but there's no road that goes directly to them from where you are. There is like open space that you could off-road through fences and a whole bunch of other stuff if you want, but you might screw up your vehicle.
Why didn't we just come here first? Horse paste is the whole cure, after all.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Out of character, Steve. How many Kentucky Derby winner vials does it take to fill up a mega pint? Good question. And also,
Talk
on
amongst
average,
yourselves.
Also, on average, how many times does a Kentucky Derby winner get studded? So, like that horse that just won the 81 odd
That sounds like a Jenna question.
To fill up a what?
Oh my God.
to fill up a
How-
mega pint.
We have to put the minds together to
Anyway.
find out how much horse cum can go
Horse
into
cum girls.
mega pint. All right. So yeah, so that's
wouldn't-
sort of what's out, and you can see, like, it's very smoky in this area, but you can make out that there are buildings in the distance, and you can see the flashes are over towards that building that's far away and to your left, and the gunfire definitely sounds much closer. Yeah.
I'm gonna park discreetly here and get out of the car and put on my reversible cloak, my reversible hoodie cloak.
Okay.
Do you want to put the club on your steering wheel?
Do you think someone's gonna steal my?
Oh, look at this neighborhood you parked
Oh,
in.
you're right.
It looks like
It's an
shit.
intersection.
A Kentucky Derby winner would have to come almost 50 million times to fill
Oh.
out an Olympic swim.
And how many times does the average Derby winner get studded?
I don't know. They come 50 milliliters though, which is over 10 times the average for a human.
It's like 2 Peter Norths.
So like a kind of like a hydro flask that you might drink out of at your desk at work, or
I wouldn't recommend a.
You know what?
I wouldn't
Let's use-
recommend a
Hey,
fish shot.
hey! We'll do bench trials on our end here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that container to the nearest horse farm, jerk off a horse, and see how much it gets
there's
filled.
one on the way to
There's
Hanover.
one right next to my work.
Boom.
Here's-
Let's see. Sea of Stars live. They give his semen to 100 or so selected mares every year, assuming that he lives for 20 more years.
2,000?
Assuming he lives for 2,000 years.
No, that's 20
Wouldn't it
times
be
100.
20?
Ancient horse of
20,000?
wisdom.
Are you 20?
2,000.
Yeah,
I got it right.
2,000.
Math
100.
was never my strong suit. Oh my god.
It's empty.
All right, so we park, we put on the club, and then we try to sneak up towards our destination.
So there are tall, barbed fences along, like, in your way. So
Oh,
What kind of fences are these?
chain link fences.
could you snip it with your Leatherman?
I don't have it anymore.
You don't have.
I traded it for this katana.
What kind of a man are you?
You know, standard Pennsylvania Lutheran.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. You're from Jersey. You're not even a real state.
Go Jets.
You know what Pennsylvania smells like?
Not as.
Cow poop.
Yeah, what?
It smells like a Steelers fan in a fucking basement bar.
Okay.
It's like a fart in a icy light beer.
So you don't have sinuses? Do you constantly have COVID and you can't smell where you live?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't smoked.
That's literally like your state smells
Bagels.
awful. No.
Bagels.
No,
And
no.
the seashore. The seashore and bagels.
The shore, the Jersey. You think the Jersey Shore smells
There's fresh salt air.
It's
And
awful.
blueberries.
There's more
Bitches buy
trash.
bagels by the Bayside.
Chuck, stay out of this.
Checkmate. Liberal.
I'm sorry, I'm just warming up for my evening news. It's a tongue twister, you
Is
know.
there a gas
but with the
leak
lips.
here? What is wrong with everybody?
What, I mean, we're walking.
I
towards this
like to
gunfire.
lick a lemon lily pop in Lilliput.
All right. All right. I'm gonna start heading to the infectious disease research center.
Like I said, fences.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah,
Now you do see along the fences, so like the road that's to your left, it veers off and away from the infectious disease center and goes into a residential area. If you were to just keep going straight across, so that it would be parallel with the research center, along the fence you do see that there are some normal-looking fundead that are clambering along the fence.
Poison head.
What
What's
kind
at
of
the top?
fences?
They're chain link, but what's
Metal
at the top?
Barbed wire
Hey, Sammy.
well, I was just gonna.
or razor wire.
I was
sorry.
gonna check my tool trunk because I've been in the apocalypse for a while. But
I was going to say, I know all you poor people are criminals. You probably have bolt cutters.
Well, so here's the thing. Can you also see if your beach blanket is still in your trunk?
Of course it is. It's wrapped around my Yeti cooler.
Okay. Do you mind if I borrow it?
What kind of stickers do you have on your Yeti?
They're all Chunk Goodness stickers from the store.
In
These
chunky
aren't
crap.
official merchandise.
They're from Etsy. They're from Getsy.
My God.
Motherfucker.
It says Chunky Baby on it.
We never sold this one, I know for a fact.
And Gunder Buddies are forever.
Okay, that's ours.
I'm gonna take the beach towel out of Samantha's trunk,
Sure.
and I'm gonna start climbing that fence.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the bolt
Start
cutters out
climbing.
of my trunk and just cut open the chain link fence
Okay.
while he's climbing.
Yeah, while he's climbing, you just cut underneath of him in a circle.
He just needs to be up.
Kevin, you get to the top of the fence and you glance down and they're just walking through it.
Well, I'm already here. I'm gonna throw the towel over the razor wire
You
and
do.
Yeah,
make my way over it, and then try to whip the blanket off of the razor wire.
that's my American
you ever done this
flag
before?
towel.
Me personally,
Kevin. Has Kevin ever done this before?
he can climb a rope.
Ain't no
not the
beaches
same
in
thing.
Pennsylvania.
Let's go test that. Let's go find some razor fence.
I've done barbed wire. I
Do
haven't
not
done
desecrate my flag towel. sir.
Razor wire's a little different from barbed
a
wire.
little bit different than barbed
You
wire.
gotta push it
yes.
sideways, away from the slice.
Does Kevin know that?
I don't know.
Intelligence?
Kevin is a school counselor.
Intelligence?
Sure, intelligence.
Paired with the dex, that's what I've heard. Usually for checks.
Intelligence of a 21.
Yeah, you've
Excuse
heard
me.
how to do it.
I've watched The Wire.
You've
before.
watched
I know-
someone do
I've
it.
watched Oz and The Wire. I know what's
The
going on.
razor wire?
Yeah, I figure it's all the same.
Athletics.
Glad I wasted that 19. Here we go.
Exterminate.
It's a 13.
It's between 10 and 15, so you get a high level.
No, you're gonna take 7 damage from cutting yourself as you do know how to. Well, you've seen how to do it, but you've never done it before, so you still fuck it up and you cut yourself for
Jeez Louise, 7.
Have you
7
ever
damage.
seen that Tom Waits
You slice your hands
beach
up a little
movie
bit. You're
called
bleeding.
Miscutters?
No, that sounds
It's set on the Jersey Shore.
dark. How's that blanket?
It's kind of ripped as you climbed over it.
Can I try to rip it down? Like, take it off?
Yeah. Oh, Doug, he's desecrating the
Dex?
flag.
Yeah, sure, Dex.
Is that an American flag
14.
blanket?
It is American flag beach towel.
It
I
gets
don't give a
caught a
shit.
little bit, so you get it, but it rips.
Serious right now.
Okay. And I'll start climbing down.
It's a beach
do.
towel. It's not the same rules.
By the time you get to the bottom, they're already through to the other side.
Now, if he was fucking with my tie, that'd be something completely different.
Well, you got my ties in there?
I could totally go for a Mai Tai.
Right.
That's retro as hell.
Sure.
Sounds a bit too foreign for me.
So yeah, what are you guys doing?
Going in.
We're
Going inside, obviously.
Continuing further? All right.
towards the research center.
So it looks like there are more and more sections of the fence. It looks like there are a bunch of areas that are fenced off from each other. So you just keep cutting holes to get through. As you
Sneakily.
get...
Keep climbing.
Sure,
As
sneakily.
sneakily as we can.
Sure, everybody roll me a stealth check.
Very, very, very stealthy.
Samantha got a 20.
15.
I have the power of God and anime on my side. I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
18.
Chunk makes zero noise as he walks. Like none.
He's stealing from his
It's
daddy's wine
weird.
cellar.
You're all fine. Probably also because the soldiers are fighting off something in the distance. Because you can hear it. You hear a lot of gunfire. You hear a lot of explosions. So you cross over what appears to be like 3 or 4 football field lengths of ground until you finally get through the last fence and you find another road, and there are a bunch of smaller buildings and then one much bigger building in the shape of a T. You're going to guess that's probably the Infectious Disease Research Center, and you see soldiers on top of the building shooting down. You also see a ton of fundead running around the sides of this building. They haven't noticed you yet because you're fairly stealthy and the guns are making lots of noise. But you're also... You know what? Roll me a perception check.
It's 18.
7.
8.
16.
Samantha and Kevin, you're the only ones that seem to notice. There are some fundead that you've never seen before. There are some real chubby chubsters that are sort of wandering on out, and after they sustain enough damage, they explode in a perfect spherical shape and taking everything out with it. So
Boomers.
they're blowing up parts of the building, any soldiers that get near them. You also see some fundead that they look like sort of a shrimpy body, but they have this almost elongated neck with this big bulbous head.
Like a giraffe.
I mean, much bigger, like a huge
Like a bubble head.
Like if you put the Elephant Man's head on
a
Steve
giraffe.
Buscemi's body. Yeah.
I warned people for years about the inevitable results of the body positivity movement, and here we are. Look at these freaks.
Reach on, brother.
Those you see, their heads like detach from the body, and like starts to float towards areas where soldiers are, and then they explode into spores.
Jeez Louise.
And like seems like the spores immediately infect those people, and they drop dead. So. Yeah, that's the chaos that you see right in front of you. Luckily, you were stealthy, so nothing has noticed you so far.
That's about to change.
Should we look to see where the... Should we look to see where the entrance is to the research facility?
I can see it. It's covered in fundead.
So yeah, so you do see a back entrance to that T-shaped building to get into the research center, but there are a number of fundead. There are also soldiers on the roof of that building, like right on that edge, looking down and firing. So they haven't needed to look over in your direction yet, so they haven't noticed you yet.
Do we have a flare gun with us?
No.
No, but it's still sunny out, right?
Yes.
I could
Ooh.
use this mirror and
Blind them?
no, but I could
put
use
it right in their eyes while they're shooting.
I can do some Morse code with my hand blocking out the sun. But how close are these buildings to each other?
Yeah, there's zip lines between them.
So it looks like
Parkour?
on your side of where that T-shaped building is, there are no other buildings. They're sort of, if you're facing the T-shaped building, the other buildings are sort of towards the left side. So beyond the T-shaped building and off to the left. So, you could go in there, but it's not really going to get you into the research center. They look like the closest one is probably 10 feet away. But that building is slightly cut out because of explosions and whatnot.
Do y'all think because this is like a medical campus that there's like underground HVAC, whatever, access tunnels?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I was just going to say that, like, my ex-boyfriend used to go to U of C,
Really?
studying botany, and he said that there were like scary tunnels under there.
Botany. What was he? Some kind of hippie horticulturist?
Yeah,
Great.
Marijuanologist.
in fact.
Okay. How
So
would
can
you
we
like
roll
to
investigation to see if we can find a tunnel entrance?
Yeah, like go into the digger's building.
I'm just looking at Laren in disgust. I
Thought you smelled like patchouli.
Oh, I don't partake. No, I have an allergy.
I just
I'm gonna spray her with my perfume that I've been saving.
Just stealthily.
It's
that's
a
cologne.
it's a marijuana allergy.
It's curve. It's for
So-
men and women.
Jacquard Noir.
No.
Oh, body.
Is everybody rolling an investigation?
Oh,
It's Windex.
no.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Investigation. 13.
Lauren, you're the only one that notices that not too far from the building there seems to be a gated up, not armored building, but it's more heavily defensed and secure than like a normal guard shack would be. And you're going to guess that that's just based on the shape of it, it's probably some sort of vent for an underground area. It is also completely surrounded by fundead at the moment, as they're going past it to get into the main entrance, or not the main entrance, but towards the main building. So yeah, that's the only one that you
Great.
see.
Did you guys ever
Just like hang out, have a power bar.
If you have one, sure, you can hang out and have a power bar.
Yeah.
As you notice that's where we're going to take a break. Hello, listeners. It is I, Dennis, the world's most okayest DM, otherwise known as Yertle the Turtle, Chief Turtle Engineer on the Jaeger, and I'm here to talk to you about patreon.com/botchpodcast. Now, if you head on over to patreon.com/botchpodcast, you can subscribe at a number of levels. Unfortunately, none of those levels come with free foreskins, but, it is what it is. Times are tough. Inflation and all that jazz. But if you do head on over to patreon.com/botchpodcast and subscribe today, you get all kinds of different stuff. And for $5 a month, you can get access this month to your pal, Yertle the Turtle. Yeah, sounds pretty good, I know. So, you know what? Let's just play a little clip from the episode, shall we?
Wait.
Oh.
Does it shoot dicks? This is very
This was
important.
my question.
It shoots little railgun bolts that are cylindrical, and they have a base and a head
Yeah.
to them.
I'm going down to the dong gun to protect
shoots
ourselves.
Are they well lubricated?
Oh, God, no.
It's electromagnetic for the railgun, I imagine.
Oh no.
You didn't answer my question. Stop avoiding.
That means it's
They're
going in dry.
lubricated with science.
I'm going to shoot my science all over that ship. I'll be right back.
Fun fact, turtles actually engage in sexual activity using electromagnetic forces. Yeah, now that's just good, clean fun. Anywho's, so head on over to patreon.com/botchedpodcast and subscribe today. Like I said, if you want to hear more of Yertle the Turtle, because obviously I'm the most important person on the Jaeger by far, $5 a month is all it's going to take. Or if you'd rather, for whatever reason, listen to, the thousands of hours of content we have other than that, it's, $5 is there. So head on over to patreon.com/botchpodcast and subscribe today. And we're back.
I have some unsalted popcorn if you want some.
Ooh, yeah, sodium is a killer.
Yeah, it's terrible for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's an electrolyte. It's essential to life.
Well, I know,
Yeah, but excess.
excess
is bad
yeah,
for you.
like, this popcorn doesn't need it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Well,
good.
excess anything is bad for you, except freedom.
I mean, hold on. If you have too much freedom, isn't that just anarchy?
Whoa.
Oh,
You're sounding an
oh.
awful lot like a communist right now, Kevin.
I mean,
You
I'm
want the
just
state
saying,
to have full control over our daily lives?
I'm just saying, if the pendulum swings too far, then you just have anarchy.
What color shirt is Kevin
Pendulums.
wearing?
don't know what color shirt is. Red?
No.
It's probably red.
Oh my
It is not
God!
red.
I should have seen it before.
Probably red.
He's a counselor. He's trying to tell me that I have mental divergence or something.
I'm in a teal polo shirt. With
Didn't you lose your
khakis.
clothes at one point?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because when you went to
He
Munkatown,
was, he was naked.
and then you were in
We
like
found him.
you were in some weird thing when you got to that little
we
mountainside village. So I'm gonna guess they gave you clothes and they're
He has
you
a
know,
Naruto costume.
that
on.
brick colored overall
But
sort of thing.
I'm also wearing military fatigues.
Yeah, you
He
got
did
that on
write
too.
those, yeah.
Yeah, so you're
So we
Reddish.
crept up on this place, and we're hiding behind like pillars of edges of a building, right?
no, you're currently you cut a shape out of a fence and you're just sitting there as there's chaos in front of you. You're nowhere near a building yet.
Okay. Have you guys ever taken community theater?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I was thinking like maybe we could strap a bunch of these corpses from the fundead over top ourselves, and we could like shamble towards that place and just get ourselves in. Have you ever seen like that show, the Stalking Dead, where they just cover themselves in the stuff, and like maybe it works? I haven't tried yet. I've thought about it a lot, but it seems dangerous.
I mean, you can try it and we'll cover you.
Is it anything like Big Love?
Oh, Big Love. My God.
Or like 6 Feet Under? That's kind of what I...
Is
Those
it
are the
anything
shows
like
I
the
like.
East Wing?
It's a great show.
The Geese Wing.
So there are no like it's not like there's like funded corpses just laying right there at the edge of your fence. You'd have to go in a bit and then risk being spotted by fundead to get to the corpses.
Can I take my fishing pole out and try to...
You
hook-
don't have it with you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Does anybody else has a better idea than what I just suggested? To get there without being seen.
No, I am fully on board with you sacrificing yourself.
Well, I mean, who's the stealthiest person among us? Like,
What if we...
I mean,
is
it's
there,
me.
Probably
but-
you.
Is there trash cans around?
No,
There's nothing.
not where you currently are located. There's a whole lot of nothing
What about
for about 50 feet until you get to where all the chaos and buildings and stuff are.
like not even
You were because you
cardboard
cut
boxes?
across the emptiness of gated, like fenced-in fields. So there was nothing in there. So yes,
Okay,
you
so-
took the nothing route.
Okay, so
We can go back
what
to
if
okay, so-
I run as far as I can and throw a grenade
I think that's a great
and
idea.
then run back?
What if
Well, if you throw the grenade...
Hide and run back. I mean, I'm sneak back.
distract?
Yeah. To get him to go the opposite direction.
Intelligence.
Me?
Anybody.
Oh.
10.
7.
It sounds great.
11.
I'm sorry, 8. Sounds great.
16.
Intelligence is a dumb
Lauren,
stat.
almost every between like 10 and 20 seconds, there are explosions already, like all over the place. Because literally there are boomy boys and there are soldiers like shooting RPGs and throwing grenades. So there's a lot of explosions already. They're
Is
probably not
there-
going to notice one more.
Is there
Have we
a-
tried going in the side door?
It's fenced.
They're
No,
they're going
you're-
around the building.
It's not fenced.
Oh, well, we should do that.
There's just some fun dead, and then the top of that building has soldiers on it.
Do we
Any-
see a very, very long trench coat anywhere?
Not out in the
Ooh.
open. There doesn't appear to be. You know what?
If only we had a Holocaust cloak, that'd be something.
A Holocaust cloak?
yeah.
That's what it's
And a
called in
wheel-
The Princess
and a
Bride,
wheelbarrow.
yes.
Yeah. If only we had a wheelbarrow.
No, you don't see any fun dead who happen to be wearing a trench coat
A very,
or
very,
a duster.
very long trench coat that 4 people
Yeah.
can fit in.
You don't see a giant man
Okay.
Light it.
turned fun dead that happened to be wearing a large, not ripped up trench coat.
There wasn't
Could
a
we
giant
sew
guard
one
there.
out of the beach towel real quick?
Oh
I mean,
my
it's
God,
ripped
let's go
up.
back for it.
I don't think the beach
still-
towel be
is it-
big enough.
Is it
not
an
big
oversized
enough.
beach towel?
It's a beach towel.
It's a beach sheet.
Yeah, it's a beach king size mattress sheet.
It's a full
A California king.
California.
Betty. What's her name?
Betty
Goose-
Betty
The
Boo.
one that sewed the American flag
Betty
that
Ross.
actually didn't do it.
Betsy
Ross.
Betty
Crocker.
Ross.
Betsy Ross, thank you. Betty Ross.
is.
Betty Ross.
Crocker. Yeah, these are all Betty's,
Yeah, I
Betty
mean, it's a
Boop.
full replica beach towel, 40 by 20.
but also cake.
It's also cake, as is everything.
It's also cake.
Chuck, you have a great idea. That's an amazing idea. This is a campus, so they have to have a flag somewhere that's gigantic.
Why don't we just go in the side door?
Let's go
But
to the
hold
side
on,
door.
we could make a hang glider
out of this.
out of that flag,
Yeah.
and then get on the roof
Fly to freedom.
and fly to freedom.
Absolutely, it's a wonderful idea.
I do love freedom.
Maybe if we go to the side door, we could get to the top of the flag, and we could do like a double jump up to it and like slide down it and grab the.
It's been many years. Flags don't do that great out in the elements for that
They're
long.
made of polyester. They're made of plastic. They-
Surely these American soldiers would take the flag down every evening and in inclement weather.
I think they just got here. I don't think this is like an
Do you think
occupying
that,
force.
voice in head?
Yeah.
Do you think that?
I think
Is that
that.
what you think?
Yeah. As the one who wrote it, yes.
Well,
I think
I have my
Hold on.
own opinion.
You've been writing?
yeah.
What?
Notes.
So that side door, yeah?
Yeah,
right to
like
the
I
side
said,
door.
it's about
Yep, let's
50
go.
feet away. There is a soldier posted on the roof right there, and there are some fundead.
Does anybody have a silencer? Like from
I have a katana.
a single-use silencer, possibly from the guy who flew you here.
If you throw enough grenades, it's silenced for everybody.
I mean, there's a lot of guns. Does anybody have a sniper rifle? Can you just shoot this guy on the roof? if he
I've
wants
got
to
this
hit us?
AK.
No,
No.
he's.
It's gold plated.
Hold on. You are so over the place where you want to kill American soldiers, but you were upset with me for taking.
I don't know. He's an American.
He's wearing
He's
the same.
wearing fatigues.
He's wearing the same outfit
what,
that
you-
you guys
I
I
took.
don't
You're
know.
not a
He looks
soldier.
slightly Hispanic to me from here.
No.
He
He
can
is
still be
probably
an American soldier, sir.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Okay.
He is
Let's just think
Hispanic.
about it like this. He could like shoot some of the zombies around us and keep them from killing us. So
He's currently shooting.
What if we drape ourselves in the towel flag and so he knows that we're good guys, and then we run to the side entrance, and then he'll cover
do
us.
it. Do it.
And you can flash him with your
My penis.
machete mirror. No, not your
Okay.
Don't be bold.
He can't see that something that small from that far.
I
away.
have the mirror. Things
has
the mix. Things appear larger.
larger.
Appear to be a macro penis.
That's only
Actually,
side mirrors.
things are closer than they appear in the mirror. So
this
make it look
this-
smaller.
Dick's right behind me.
It's a German car. It's a little bit different. Translation is weird.
So we're gonna try to get the flag from the towel, put it on a stick, and run across the field behind the zombies. So
With a
we-
machete, and I'll
Yeah.
cut everyone's head off.
No. Well, if they get close to us, but
Yeah, I think that's great.
There's
So-
no flag.
so they'll
You
know
see
where
The,
you.
no
the towel,
flags.
the beach
towel,
towel.
the
the
beach
towel.
towel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way they know we're people.
Okay, let's put it on my machete,
Yeah,
right?
that's pretty badass.
And then I'll go in swinging with my katana.
Put the beach towel upside down. It's the universal
For
sign
distress.
of distress.
Yeah. I mean, you're not the only person who reads books. Come on, Chunk.
I've never read a book. What are you talking about?
Oh, it shows.
I saw
okay,
it in a
so I
movie.
do that.
What
Wait,
kind of
didn't you
role
write one?
What are you doing?
I'm
It was
didn't-
ghostwritten.
I'm putting the beach towel flag upside down
Okay.
on top of my machete,
Wrapped around.
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold it straight up in the air.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run towards the
No,
zombies. on the
these
side
colors
door.
don't run. We're gonna.
I'm
trot.
gonna gallop,
These colors jog.
You're running up towards the zombies.
and with my my
Behind
katana in the other hand, and I'm gonna start decapitating people.
people.
All right, you run. Okay, so along the side of the building where you're running towards, where the door is, there are 5 fundead. So you could attack 2 of them.
And I'm gonna fire to cover him with my.
I will also fire with my AK to cover him.
16.
Yeah,
hit?
yeah, it's gonna hit.
And I have done 10 damage to one.
Sure, chop its head right off.
That one's gonna miss with a 10.
That just barely misses.
Okay.
I mean, barely. You think, you know what? You thought it was the neck, but it was a goiter, and it just cuts through the fungal goiter. It doesn't do anything.
Free action to scream up at the guy.
Sure.
We're friendly. We're friendly. We're here to help.
So Guy turns and looks at you, and then looks like he says... You can't make out what he's saying, but he says something...
I can read lips.
Idiot.
Can
He's
you
so
read
far
lips?
away.
He's not that far away.
He's on top of a
Yeah, he can read lips.
Yeah, I learned ASL. I can read lips.
What?
Same thing.
So, intelligence. Or,
The
you
two
know
go
what,
hand
perception.
in hand.
Perception?
Yeah.
I'll take a perception. Nope.
Yeah, you have no idea what he says.
10.
But it looks like he
covered it
says something into a shoulder-mounted radio, and then turns the gun towards you.
You idiot.
Okay.
Initiative.
Shit. Just me or everybody?
Everybody.
I botched.
What about the people that said that they were gonna?
There's no
you guys-
botching in initiative.
Sure. Lauren, Samantha, and Chunk, if you were going to fire off shots at Fundead, you can.
Yeah, I got
All right.
24 and an 11 to shoot them in the heads,
24 what now?
and an 11.
They both... Was that with a -2?
Yep.
Okay.
And my Desert Eagle .50s do how much damage?
2d12. Yeah, but you're far away. How close are you?
I'm falling.
50 feet.
50 feet.
It's not that far.
Pretty good.
1d12?
2d12.
That's pretty good.
Oh, no, 1d12. 1d12. If he was like point blank.
Yeah.
Still great. 17
Yeah, it did.
and 10.
Good enough where... So the one literally makes a canoe out of one of the Fundead's heads. Just like most of the head falls in on itself. The other one just puts a hole right through it and he just goes straight down.
I got a 14 and an 18.
They both hit?
Excellent. The 14 does 14 damage.
Okay. You weren't aiming for any particular spot?
Spray and pray, baby. It's the American way.
Okay. It doesn't look like you kill him, but it looks like it dealt quite a bit of damage as you pepper the body, and there are bursts of like a greenish, reddish liquid.
I keep going.
Okay.
And that's going to be 29 damage.
Yeah, so the second time you let loose on this one, Fundead, you had peppered him the first couple times, but then you really just start hitting all the good spots, and it blows off an arm, blows off another arm, blows off the, like, part of the chest, and then half the head flies off as it finally goes down. Swiss cheese.
So heroic.
So that's 4.
Only
Just
one Fundead left. And then Lauren?
I got a 12 and a 21.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, sweet.
Is that a bolt action?
That's 13 damage
Okay.
for the first hit.
So you didn't say if you were going for the head, so I'm going to say you just hit him in, like, the central region.
Clit.
You're not gonna roll the
You
die
hit him
of
with a
the
clip.
body parts.
You shot the bean right off.
I've been looking for the
Fine.
clip for years so that I could kill it.
You blow off one of the hands of the Fundead.
I'm gonna slay that
Blow
clit.
off the right hand.
shit.
Hand
Now
gone.
they have a doomsday spike.
Now they have a doomsday spike. You've made it
And
worse.
then another 13 damage. It was shit.
This one hits him in the head, and that last Fundead goes down.
Are you using that body die?
Yes.
Awesome, Dennis.
Yeah. So you hit him right in the face, and just nothing left of that face. It's just done. All the Fundead in your immediate area, like between you and the building, are dead.
And
Now, what did you guys get
initiative
for your initiative?
of 20?
I got a 2.
I don't remember.
14.
Roll it again, bitch.
8. It was probably better than that, but I got a new.
Sam, you're up first.
I'm gonna
Clear line between
Yeah,
you
I'm
and the building.
sprinting to the fucking door.
Sure. Yeah, so you get right to the back entrance. It looks like it's closed at the moment. I mean, the soldiers probably shut it, but yeah.
Could I like press door or?
It looks like it had a keypad, but it's been busted, so you could probably just... It's got a like a metal turn handle, so you could probably just
I'm gonna try that.
walk on it. Yeah, it works. You could just go on it.
All right, inside.
Sure. You head right on inside.
Guns forward.
Sure. There are flashing lights on the inside. It's like a yellow flashing light in the hallways. The building actually looks okay. It looks as though there was some sort of fight a long time ago, but for right now, there's yellow flashing lights.
All right, I'm gonna put my foot to keep the door open, and keep one gun trained down the hallway or lobby or whatever I'm in.
Sure.
And one gun outside to try to cover my friends.
It's a hallway with a bunch of doors. So it looks like there are either offices or labs or something like that.
All right, that's what I do.
Sure. That is your turn. Then it will be Chunk.
Well, I'm going to continue to fire into the sea of undead before me.
So off to the left. All right.
There's none left in
There's
front of
none
you.
right. There's none in your way,
We cleared them out, bud.
but there will be more soon.
You can
Well,
get
then
inside the
I'll
building.
run through the hole.
Okay.
It's not a retreat. It's a tactical repositioning.
Tactical maneuver.
As long as it's done by the right party. So I'll take the dash action
Sure.
and try and get as close to the gates as possible.
Oh, you can get inside with a double move.
I'm inside now.
Yeah.
Get
so
behind me,
you're
Chunky.
also in. Lauren, I need you to roll me a d20, just straight.
Okay.
Goddamn, I'm
Not a
shit.
gay D20.
It's an 18.
You are up next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna double move.
Okay. So you double move inside.
Run right in.
Jesus. So
Kevin's gonna get peppered with bullets.
next will be the fundead as the next wave moves towards the building. You see that there are 4 regular fundead and then one of those big tubby dudes that's coming.
Don't kill the tubby dudes.
The normal fundead will double move and they will get right to where Kevin is. Can't attack yet.
Oh, good luck,
Fat guy is about 10 feet away from where Kevin is, not moving. Well, can't do anything else, but yeah. Then it'll be the soldier who will fire at Kevin.
Not the zombies next to me.
Yep.
Got it.
Well, Kevin.
20. Not
Yes.
natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, he hates America.
And then 14.
Got it.
There goes your temper.
No, I mean, not damage. I'm asking if 14. also
14 does not hurt.
Okay.
Nope. Just the one. Yep.
You will take 14 damage.
Oh, convenient.
As you get shot. Oh, yep, there we go.
You're
as you-
welcome.
as you get shot in.
The dick.
The head.
That's what I rolled, but we're not going with that one.
I know.
Looks like you get shot in the left shoulder. And it sort of like flings you back a little bit.
Dios mío!
Sure.
Does he understand that?
Yeah.
What is?
Racist.
I said he was.
You said it was Latino. You didn't say he spoke Spanish.
You know what? He actually runs away from the edge of the building.
Oh, he's not going to fire twice?
He did fire twice.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You missed that one.
Yeah. So he runs away from the edge. You don't see where he goes.
I'm going to use
And it's your
my
turn.
move action to go inside the building.
One fundead will get an attack opportunity.
Really? Well,
He
then
has no
I,
actions left, so he can't.
That's the fundead.
well, then I'll take that out before I move past it. I didn't use.
I think it doesn't AOOs take up an action.
Nope.
No,
It's
they're
a
reaction.
reaction.
It's just one, and then it's like a 30% chance that you'd
Uh,
smash a dude.
I'll take. I'm gonna swing my katana at it.
Okay.
I would rather take it out than give it a chance to bite me.
Yeah, but hear me out. Hear me out. Power gaming. If you only use a single move and then attack this thing, you're then in a swarm of a bunch of the fun.
No, single
No,
move
no,
gets
no.
him in the
Single
building.
move
He
gets
already
me.
ran up to the
Never
building.
mind,
like,
never mind.
his last turn.
All right, I thought it was a double move to get in the building.
No,
No.
not for me.
From where- yeah,
because
he had
I
gotten a
was
head
gonna-
Oh, you
start.
need to go first. You're
Yeah.
right,
You know what? I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move first.
What are you gonna attack me? He's charging with his katana. I have my gun out. He's charging.
Self-defense, clearly.
Is Colorado a castle state?
You can't claim castle doctrine when you're attacking someone else's castle. But you should be able to.
So, yeah, you make it inside the building.
All right. I'm gonna use my other move action to start barricading the door with any kind of things in front of me, like vending machines or tables, chairs, anything that I see.
In that immediate hallway, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Not right next to the door, no.
I'll lock the door.
It doesn't seem like it locks.
I run further down the hall.
Like, it looks like the soldiers, with whatever they did to disable the
Keypad.
keypad, the door can't lock. It'll close, but it doesn't lock.
Okay, So I will double move.
Okay.
I'll move into the building and I'll move down the hall saying there's a swarm coming with a boomer. These doors don't lock and there's no way that we can barricade the doors.
Samantha, hand me your bolt cutters.
They're tied to my waist. You're going to have to grab them.
Fine.
Are we out of
Two chains.
initiative or no?
No.
Because the fundead are still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it his turn?
It's still Kevin's turn, so if he's running down the hallway...
I double move, so
So you're running further down the hall, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Just roll me a perception check while you're running down there.
For bombs?
No, just to see
20
what's in the hallway.
It's a 14.
Yeah. So like I had said to them, there are numerous doors on the right. So as you're running down, the flashing lights are in the rooms as well. It looks like there are various labs, but it also looks as though some of these rooms were probably like holdouts, as you see like skeletons and like fungus growing inside some of the rooms. So you're going to guess that at some point in the past, there was some sort of...
Haunted house attraction.
Exactly. A haunted house attraction.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
You still gotta
Right
have
on the
fun,
head.
even during a zombie apocalypse.
That's why they call them fundead.
Yeah.
Sure. So then back around to the top, you have Sam.
Well, if we're just closing the doors and running down the hallway, I guess that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Can I try to, like, bust... I don't know if I want to bust the handle, but, like...
Oh, you want
latch.
to bust. You want to bust.
Can I try to, like, take the handle off on the outside so they can't open it?
If you take one side of a doorknob off, it just takes the doorknob off.
Yeah.
That's not
And
a
it
good
turns
idea.
into a swinging door.
We don't want that, because they probably don't know how to open it. Do you still have that duct tape? Toss me the duct tape.
I left it in your car.
Kevin, goddammit.
I used it and I put it back to where it belongs.
That's all my bonus action of talking. I'm just going to run down the hallway after Kevin.
Sure. So you run down the hallway after Kevin.
Twice.
Now, if you're doing it twice, you actually run past Kevin.
Idiot.
And you are...
I stick my leg out for reaction to tripper.
Yeah, you talked to me already.
Sure.
We're out of that.
I miss.
Okay. You run past Kevin, and you go to more of a central hub. You're going to guess, Samantha, this is probably the center of that T shape that I was talking about before, where there are larger rooms. You see that there are elevators, stairwells. It looks like this is the lobby area or whatever you would call that. And it looks like there's still a lot more security than there normally would. So it's not just like anybody can willy-nilly come in here back in the day.
We
But-
don't want any willy-nillys in here.
Well, hey. Willy. So yeah, so that's where you
William?
find yourself at the moment.
Like running towards the security desk.
And you see that there are a couple soldiers, freshly dead soldiers, that are sort of like blood trails up to like the wall, and they're just leaned up against the wall, like sitting down, but they're dead. They're slumped over, guns in their lap, kind of thing.
Lazy.
Yeah,
Well, I can't do anything else because I don't move.
sure. Chunk,
So the door isn't like double doors, it's a single door.
single door.
I continue to run.
Okay.
And surely we can use these soldiers to barricade the second door.
Not enough bodies.
Well, if
Wait.
we stand them up.
Let the bodies block the door. Let the bodies block the
Stand
door.
them up. What's
Right.
going to keep them standing?
Well, we'll lock their knees like their
Rigor
drill
mortis.
instructors told them not to.
Wouldn't they
They're
be stuck
called
in a?
stiffs for a reason.
Wouldn't they be
bud.
stuck in a bent position then?
I mean, I've played Tetris. I know how to put these these soldier minos in
All
order.
you got are L's and.
They're
and
both in the sitting position. You
eyes.
just have to rotate one and it'll make a big long column.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Sure.
And then you put the other one on top of it, and then you got a block.
There's one person in a fetal position, so that's your square-ish shape.
It's called a four-piece
All right.
Tetrino.
Have the fundead come through the door yet?
It's not their turn yet.
Okay. So if I can make it to the chairs where these guys are sitting, grab one of the chairs, get You said they were sitting down, slumped over.
Yeah, but it's a double move to get there, so you can't do
No,
anything
no,
once
they're
you
not
get
on
there.
chair. Like literally, like they're just on the floor up against a wall. Like they dragged themselves over to the wall and
They're
died.
expired.
Who sits on the floor?
Dead people.
Poor
Poor
That's
people.
silly.
Poor
I'd want to be
people.
comfortable for eternity.
homeless.
Personally.
Sure.
Okay.
The soulless.
What's at the other end of the hallway?
So-
Me and Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha and Kevin are at the other end of the hallway, which is
Okay.
the
But not
central
like
hub.
a door or anything.
There's
Just
to
sure
the
there's,
hub and then we
there's
look
a
down
couple
either side,
doors,
yeah.
but they're just like they're not locked or anything. So I mean, you just go through them.
Chunk, go outside.
I go through one of the doors.
It's Kevin and Samantha are there.
You said they were in the hallway. Why are you lying to me?
Yeah. If only we had a map, it would be clear.
I told you you're in the center of the T intersection. You were at the bottom of the T
I
intersection.
said I go through one of the doors. I'm still in
only
the intersection.
fine.
Is
You're
this
outside.
some sort of madhouse?
You went back outside. That's the only door
I
that you
didn't
can see.
say the door to the outside.
You said
I said
the
one of
door.
the doors
I
in
mean,
the hallway.
When there were doors, we went in the hallway.
you
there
said
was-
there were
those
a couple
doors.
of
Yeah.
doors.
There's a whole bunch of doors.
Yeah.
So you just go in a random room.
Do
then.
you understand how crazy you sound right now?
How many
say
doors
there-
are there? Roll a D.
Oh,
Whatever.
it's
for
got
it.
a tripwire. You're dead. Claymore on the other side.
There are 8 rooms.
I pick number. I'm gonna roll a d8. 3.
Okay. Third room. You go in. It looks as though there at some point were people holed up in here and died.
Held.
There's a bunch of held up in there and died. There are skeletons. There is some old dead fungus, and there
stank
are some
of rot.
chairs.
Yeah.
There's some lab equipment. It looks
Chairs,
like.
you say?
Chairs, yeah. And it,
I throw a chair outside real quick. Use that to barricade the door.
you throw a chair into the hallway.
And I end my turn
Okay,
in safety.
sure. Lauren, you're the only one still back at the door. You see Chunk throw a chair in the hallway.
I run and then I stop and look at the chair and look through the door at Chunk.
And you bark at
And
him.
then I keep walking to where Kevin and Samantha are.
Running.
Okay. Sure. You go. You're just going to double move to get to where Samantha is?
Yes.
Okay. So you're also where Samantha is. So Chunk is all by himself. And as you guys have sort of maneuvered around inside this building, that is where we're going to call it. So thanks for tuning in. Check us out next time.
If you're here in chat, stick around. We're going to take a short break, and we got a second episode for you right after the break. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. This episode of Botch was brought to you by the Patreon producers, His Lord and Majesty Big Jim, the Nuck Lord Chronic, Skinner, God King Shanda Panda, B-Mail Gamers Galaxy, Disgruntled Furniture, Bread2287, and Gungnir the Dude.
Oh, it's a new one.
You want to support the
Nice.
show? You can do so in many different ways. You can go to botchpodcast.com/store and buy any of the sweet merch that might be going away soon. Get it before you can. You can go to paypal.com and leave any kind of one-time donation over at paypal.com/botchpodcast. You can go to Venmo at Imaginary Nomad and give me any money you want. You can go to cornhub.icu, dickblood.me, dickblood.com, freedomvalleyhorsepace.com, or simply patreon.com/botchpodcast and support where you can. Like our newest patron, Gungnir the Dude. Great. You want to support us, but you can't do it financially? No problem. Head on over to your favorite podcatcher and leave us a 5-star review. If that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we'll read it here on the show as Tristan will fumble through your review.
You're still not as cool as God King Shanda Panda, though.
Fair enough.
Who
Thank you to-
is?
Nobody.
Not Steve.
Thank you to Gozer for our intro and outro music. More of them over at tiny.cc/Gozer. Or just listen to them at Spotify, because I believe they have a new EP that they are recording at the moment.
Nice.
Thank you to Emily Swan for her album art. You can find her all over the internet at a swan named Emily.
She'll draw your favorite fetish art.
It's true.
Yeah.
And as always,
As you enter a lobby, and there's sleeping guards, and you say to them, Kareem rebounds, feeds worthy on the break. over to AC, to magic, and then back to worthy. Boom! 2 points.
We'll see you next week, nerds.
You could support Dennis's comic book projects over at patreon.com/hiveheadstudios. You can support Steve's stuff over on YouTube at He Who Is Steve. You can support Phil on Patreon or Twitch at Imaginary Nomad. You can support Jen by checking out her other podcasts like Horse Girls on all your podcatchers. You can also check her out on social media or Twitch at Jenna Chill with 1 L. And you can check out Chonky every so often on Twitch at Chonky_Kong.
Welcome
No,
back.
I'm not doing welcome back yet, so I'm looking at something.
Welcome back, listeners,
back.
to the 69th episode of Botched, a
Welcome
D&D podcast.
back.
Yeah, that's
That looks like
probably
this.
more like.
This week, we pick up where we left off.
No.
Time skip.
Samantha was sitting on her throne of gold. And everybody
After having
was
slain
bowing
the
down
dragon.
to her and waving her with palm frauds because she was queen of the apocalypse.
And Chunk Gunderson offered to marry her.
Samantha, wake up.
Wake up.
Would
Wake
you
up, Samantha.
know my name if we raw dogged in heaven?
I think she's
Raw
dead.
dogged in heaven?
Would it? No, I'm not done. Would it feel the same if we raw dogged in heaven?
Jesus.